Right then, this is a quick walk around video of a quite fantastic Honda Civic actually. It's rare in its own right because it is the top of the range car, the EX GT 1.8 petrol and manual in this case. Car's covered just 64,800 miles and has been wonderfully looked after in every way. All of the servicing, I think 12 services from my terrible memory, first 11 of which were done by the Honda main dealers, and we've just serviced the car just on time, not miles, so to all intents and purposes it's pretty much all been Honda. Finished in white, which always looks lovely on these cars. I'll go around it for you. Front of the car, lights and lenses clear, intact, there's no cracks, there's no condensation. Bonnet of the car, very clean, I have to say. You can't see any obvious stone chips. Near side of the car, there was a tiny little touch on that front bump I can see. Just, it's small, but it's there. But that's pretty much the only thing I can see. Near side of panel work, absolutely lovely and clean. Near side, front side, this is one that takes all of the bashing, and over 13 years, it's got a few marks and a tiny bit of puckling on the spokes. But given the age of the car, it is actually much better than most normally see. Near side rear, faring better obviously, because it's one that doesn't get bashed into the curb generally speaking. Come around the back, very clean. Bumper, entry points to the boot, all pretty much unmarked. Off side of the car, driver's side, lovely and smooth. Again, down the flanks, absolutely crisp. Offside rear alloy, getting further away from the curbs, so very nice. And the remaining panel work is fantastic. Found alloy, offside front, very nice indeed. For a car of its age and mileage, it really is in fantastic condition there. Coming to the boot area, cavernous boot. Family cars, often heavily used. Yeah, this one's been treated incredibly gently. Coming to the back, wide opening rear doors, loads of room, full black leather interior, which again, family use means they can often be heavily used, but this one's been treated so well. The front and passenger side, full set of original Honda mats in the car. Passenger seats again, absolutely fantastic condition. Coming to the front now, driver's door card, all very nice and clean. Footwell areas likewise, and driver's seat for a car of its age and mileage, incredibly clean there. Inside the car now, engine's running so the dash is illuminated, which looks pretty much like new. Sat nav, as you can see, working exactly as it should, and if I pop the car into reverse, get that lovely clear parking camera, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors fitted to the car. It's been kept in beautiful condition. Coming to the main dash binnacle, I mean that's by far and away the best dash design anywhere. Engine's running, there are no warning lights on the car. Just pan up there for you. 64,862 miles. The little yellow light you see up there is the car does a systems check, which checks the airbags. When the car starts, it lasts for about 35 seconds, 40 seconds, minutes, whatever happens to be, and then goes off, as you can just see there. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.8 EX GT. The car's registered KU12XCF, and the mileage currently is 64,863. The reason we do all of our videos, and especially this bit, as I always say, the road test section, is just to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see that very car actually in operation. We know, unfortunately to our cost, just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car which can look, you know, perfectly good in a photograph or a description, but only to get there and find out it's actually got an obvious fault that shows up when you're driving along. We also do it on these very quiet country roads. It's beautiful part of Gloucestershire, especially on a glorious morning like this morning. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. The hope is, of course, it'll then be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on and drive in the car. So coming to the car, as you'll know from the video, it's a fantastic example, this one, not only spec and condition but also the history attached to the vehicle, and it's immediately obvious as soon as you get in, drive the car. It just has that lovely tight feel about it. Push button start, top of the range car, engine starts instantly and settles to completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. As I say in pretty much every Honda video as well, in the world of mass production, they are the best engine builders in the world across their engines basically, and this is a classic example of one in its class. It's considered to be, you know, the most reliable, longest lasting engine out there. Cam chain driven, no cam belts to have to worry about, but more than that, just a lovely engine. It's smooth, it's quiet, it's refined, it's economical, but when you do put your foot down, you've got a very muted intake noise, but it's sweet edged, it's got a lovely refinement to it. And yet when you look under the engine bay, you've got no plastic claddings covering over the engine, which is, and loads of sound deadening underneath there to try and sort of get rid of it. The reason being is that, you know, Honda make the engine so beautifully. The engineering behind them is so ahead of anyone else's that they don't have to rely on that to get rid of kind of harsh, thrashy engine sounds. It's a brilliant unit. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch is perfect, exactly what it's meant to be in terms of its bite point. Gearbox, typical Honda box, just brilliantly done. Like most modern front-wheel drive cars, it's cable operated, but you wouldn't think it because the engagement has got a kind of lovely meaty mechanical feel to it, so you can feel it engage the gears. It's a gearbox you would thoroughly enjoy using rather than kind of having to use it, which is, you know, what so many of its sort of vague competitors can come up with, and that feels absolutely as it would have done when it was new. Moving on to the steering and chassis, which has always been the strong point of any Honda Civic. As I say in the videos for Civics, it's one of the very few cars in its class, and I can only really think of possibly the Ford Focus, maybe the Volkswagen Golf, to be fair to them, which can achieve very similar results. And what I mean by that is, if you just want this car to get you and your family from A to B comfortably, it does a brilliant job. It's smooth, the ride's well judged, the damping's brilliant. Yet for drivers like me who enjoy their driving, it's got an agility to it. So going through this corner here, I'll pick up my speed, turn in, hardly any body motion, hardly any body roll, keen front end, lovely quick positive steering with lovely weighting to it. It's a car that you can go through all types of corners and the car rewards. It's an enjoyable car to drive, as well as being an incredibly smooth car to drive. Worth pointing out, by the way, that steering tracks lovely and straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. Suspension, can't hear any sort of rattles or clonks come from underneath the car, so all nice and good. And brakes, I'm going to leave it a little bit late to turn right here, to give the brakes a bit of a thump. I know they're good because I tried them earlier, but yeah, they're nice and powerful, all in good order there. Then coming on into the interior of the car, what a video cannot get across to you, of course, is just how well built a car is. And these are superbly made cars. They're not made to feel well made, you know, like lots of cars are, so they, you know, get into them when they're brand new and funky doors and all that kind of stuff, and then 5 years down the road they're falling apart. This is 13 years old. There's not a squeak or a rattle from the interior. It's just beautifully done, but also the dash design, I go on about it, and it is an opinion, is my opinion, which, because it's a Marmite interior, you'll like it or you won't, simple as that. But fortunately, pretty much everyone I've ever spoken to loves this interior because it's different, but not just for the sakes of being different. Fiat did that years ago with the Multipla. It was a weird and wacky thing inside, which a lot of people loved, but ergonomically it was a bit of a disaster. This, quite the opposite. It's designed with the driver in mind first and foremost. The most conventional part, as I always say, the centre stack, similar to getting lots of cars, but beautifully done, as Honda always do. Sat nav working perfectly. Down below that, dual zone climate control system, pumping out lovely cold air. All of the switch gear, whatever you press or prod, has a lovely high quality tactile feel to all of the controls, lovely damped and sophisticated. But my favourite bit, what I'm looking at in front, this two-tier design. So the upper decks is the information you're going to look at most commonly. With the gauge we should all be looking at most often, obviously, our speed. And there it is, clear as day. White on black digital display means I can look at the cars coming out there, pedestrians, cyclists, whoever it happens to be. Keep my eyes on the road, but at the corner of my eye I can keep my eyes on my speed without taking my eyes off the road. And that's the genius of it, and it works. Anyone that's had one of these knows exactly what I mean by that. It's a fantastic setup, and it's a shame that Honda didn't continue with it. I don't know why, but anyway, each their own. Anyway, point of the video, as I said at the start, is literally just to pick up any issues. I can't find anything. It drives absolutely beautifully.